you're gonna learn how to make Toffee Nut Cheesecake Latte, an excellent choice for your winter drinks menu. I created and released the Toffee Nut Cheesecake Latte in about 2017, and believe me, it was a big hit. Some people might think that pairing some sort of nutty flavor with coffee is a bit strange, but actually, it works really well. And to top things off, it uses my salted cream mousse, which you can see just up here, and I will also be sure to post the link in the description below of how to make that item. If you own a bubble tea shop and you have a winter menu, this is a great addition to it. And if you don't have one yet, why not create one now? There's nothing better than sipping up that tapioca through that big straw and having a nice hot beverage to go with it, with a little bit of whipped cream on top. So let's dive into this tasty drink recipe. So a lot of the ingredients that you'll be needing in order to make this drink are bubble tea shop, restaurant quality grade ingredients, such as the creamer and the vanilla powder and some of the syrups that we're using. So if you own a bubble tea shop and you have access to these sort of things, well, then you're okay. And if you are making this at home, you might need to experiment a little bit in order to figure out what ingredients that you'll need to use to substitute in order to get a very similar flavor. But you could always do an online search and probably find a lot of these things that way. So hope that helps. First, you'll be needing 2 scoops of the creamer powder. And this brown spoon is an industry bubble tea shop spoon. It's a little less than a tablespoon. And then 1 scoop of vanilla powder. Now, all 3 of my syrups today I have measured out into 10 milliliters because the recipe calls for 1 pump. So normally they come in a giant glass or plastic thing, about maybe a liter. And so then you would put a pump on top in the shop, and then when you have your cup, you just put it underneath it and you pump it. So you just say 1 pump. But I know that 1 pump is about 10 milliliters, so I went ahead and pre-measured them out because, well, we're not in a bubble tea shop and I don't have pumps for my syrups. So the first one is 10 milliliters of peanut syrup. And this peanut syrup doesn't actually have peanuts in it. There's no nuts at all, actually, in this recipe. Even though it is flavored to have nuts, it does not actually have nuts, which is excellent because a lot of people happen to be allergic to nuts. And then next is 10 milliliters of Toffee Nut Syrup, right there. And then last but not least is the 10 milliliters of Honeycomb Syrup. Honeycomb in syrup form sounds delightful to me. If you're liking this video so far, please do me a favor and click that like button. It just helps my video to get ranked. Thanks so much. Now, next I'm going to put one of my measuring jugs over here because I would just want to take a quick second to explain what this machine is. Now, a lot of people might be familiar with the Nespresso brand. Basically, they capsulate their espresso in these little mini metal pods. And then you turn the machine on. Once it heats up, you pop it in, push a button, and then voila, you get espresso. The thing that people don't know is that actually this is a really great system for a cafe or a bubble tea shop, as long as you're not doing a huge quantity of coffee type drinks. And it's also a great way to keep costs down when it comes to having a small cafe or bubble tea shop and doing espresso, because, well, you don't have to invest in a giant espresso machine, first of all. And second of all, when you have the espresso beans and you need to grind them, eventually if you don't get through that whole bag, you end up throwing half of it away almost because the flavor profile just after a while goes bad. But these are encapsulated, they last a really, really long time. They spent a lot of money trying to figure out how to get the espresso grinds in here and to keep it for years without it changing flavor. So in the UK, these pods cost about 30p each. In America, I think they're a little more. I think maybe 60 or 75 cents each. But I think it's a great investment. And actually for a shop, it's about half to a quarter of this size. This one is a home use one. It doesn't take up a lot of space either. Basically what we do is we just pop this in here like that and push down, and we're going for a Lungo shot. So this is gonna be almost 100 milliliters of the espresso. So we're gonna hit the Lungo button. Wow, that is literally right at 100. It's actually the liquid once it gives it a second. That's the crema on top, but the liquid will then go up to just about 100. The crema is taking up another 10 to 15 ml, so hopefully that doesn't spill over there. Oh, that smells amazing. I love the smell of coffee. And the taste of it, I love almost as much as tea. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my kettle here and get 100 milliliters of hot water as well. Okay, so I'm going to take my 100 milliliters of the hot water and put that in first. Give that a really nice stir. And then we'll put in our nice and hot, fresh espresso shot. It smells really nice so far. All right, and then one ninja trick that I've learned over the years of having Nespresso machines is when you're all done and you're set to turn it off for the day and whatnot, you wanna go ahead and eject the pod. That goes down into this little holder that you can empty out later. And then you wanna hit the small shot. So it goes Ristretto, and then normal espresso shot, and then Lungo. So the small one is called Ristretto. You just wanna push that. And that just runs through a small amount of hot, fresh water, which completely clears the system of any oils or little bits of espresso perhaps. And then it keeps your machine in tip-top shape for many, many years to come. All right, so we've added those two liquids, and the final thing for volume is the salted cream mousse. Now again, I've put this in the description along with all of the recipe and conversions, but I just wanted to share with you that I'm so excited to put this in the drink because it's really, really what makes it truly special and unique. If you were just gonna drink this right now, you totally could, it would taste fine. But adding the salted cream mousse is just gonna make it amazing. So I went ahead and pre-made it and put it in this cute little kitty thing here. I love cats. And I'm gonna measure out 60 milliliters. All right, we're just gonna pour this in here. And then give it one final stir. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pour it in our glass. And if you're at a bubble tea shop wondering, well, what are the best toppings to go with this? I would definitely say Boba, AKA Tapioca Pearl, or I think pudding would go really nicely with this, or a really good creme brulee topping. And my favorite part of all the creamy winter drinks, the whipped cream. And last but not least, I really like a salted caramel syrup on top, but today I have toffee, but definitely I would say salted caramel because that's kind of what this drink is. It's very sweet and salty and amazing. So check this out. Looks real, real good. Can't wait to try it. This looks amazing and it smells delicious. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow. It's been about a year since I've had this last, and it is so good. It's even better than I remember. I'm so excited to be able to share this recipe with you. You've got that espresso very, very lightly. It's not too strong, it's not too bold, it's not overpowering all the flavors. And then you've got the sweet and saltiness occurring with the creaminess from the salted cream mousse. You've got a light bit of kind of a nutty, right? So you've got the toffee nut and the peanut, and then again, you've got the sweetness from the honeycomb. And you could think, well, do I really need honeycomb? Maybe I'll just throw some fructose in there. No, I think adding the honeycomb in there gives it that special, unique touch. So good. There's truly something amazing about a hot drink on a cold winter's day. You just need to make it in order to experience the flavor profile. It's kind of going over my entire palate, if you will. It's got the sweet and the salty, it's kind of savory. It's got a lot of the different things that you just would really expect from a really, really, really nice flavored latte. Yeah, just saying. I can't wait for you to try this. It's that good. Well guys, thanks so much for joining me today as I made this delicious Toffee Nut Cheesecake Latte, which would be an amazing addition on your winter drinks menu. If you haven't already, please feel free to leave a comment below and let me know. Do you have a bubble tea shop? Do you have a winter's drinks menu? Are you planning on introducing one? And what do you think of this concept? I think it's really good, but maybe some people are like, nah, I don't know, not digging the whole nutty thing. And maybe others are thinking, hello, yes, sign me up. Who knows? And while you're there, please be sure to click that like button and subscribe. I bring you a brand new drink video like this amazing hot winter drink every week. I'll see you soon.